All right, we'll call the St. Croix Falls Plan Commission meeting to order. Some evidence of proper notice.
The notice was mailed out on February 24th, published in the Intercounty Leader on February 26th and March 6th, and the agenda was posted on the website and at the Town Hall Bulletin Board on March 7th.
All right, join me in the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call, please.
Jeremy Appel.
Yes.
Dave Berg.
Here.
Stacy Bergman. Rick Katzmark.
Here.
Gus Kecker. Kevin Rector. Frank Benning.
Here. Sorry.
Mike Dorsey.
Present. Is this agenda in the packet on the email the same as what's in front of us, or something?
Yes.
Okay. So I know I can scroll on. All right, have you guys had a chance to look at the meetings from our last, or the minutes from our last meeting?
Oh, you want the agenda first?
Oh, sorry. Approval of agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Everybody in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, now you can read the minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from 11/13/2024.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Everybody in favor? Aye. Aye. All right, public comment. Does anybody have any public comment before we open up the public hearing? All right. Good enough, we'll move on. Item 6 is a minor subdivision request for the parcel listed into 3 lots with a new parcel, lot 2.
There's,
You can- whoop,
there's actually 2 lots, new lots, so it's,
there's a,
Lots 2 and 3.
yep.
yeah, it's on in your second attachment there. I don't know, I can pull it up too here and throw it on the screen. You guys got it in front of you, or you want it on the screen?
Got it.
Okay. If I put it up there, then I can't see it, but that's okay. All right. You don't need that.
It's right on Earth order.
All right, so we got one.
So the whole thing, so basically, do you want me to give a update on? Okay, so the owner, Mark Robinson, is proposing to divide his current 40.4 acre parcel into 3 parcels. So lot 1, forget 2 and 3, lot 1 is the current situation, the current parcel. The new parcel, lot 2, consisting of 3 acres, new parcel, lot 3, consisting of 3 acres, and the remaining 34.39 acres shown on the proposed survey as lot 1. The property is located at 2196 180th Avenue and is identified as parcel number 044-00084-0000, and it is currently zoned transitional. Per the town zoning ordinance, chapter 3, section C5B, the minimum lot size in the transitional district is 3 acres with a depth to width ratio 3:1. Per the town subdivision ordinance, section 915, a private driveway may only serve 2 parcels. And section 671, driveway permits or a letter of intent must be approved by Polk County Department of Highways or the Wisconsin DOT if the access is to a county or state road. This one would be, there's an access that they're proposing to County Road I. The easement running on the west side of the property serves the parcel to the south, so another parcel to the south, and will serve one of the newly created lots, which is lot 2. The proposed easement through the center of the existing parcel will serve the other newly created parcel. There is a slight access. It's not there's an access on the northeast corner of the existing parcel, which is kind of a nope, over on the other corner, which is kind of the snowmobile trail. But there's an access, it's just not a built-up driveway.
Okay.
That's all I have for the facts.
Do you know what he's gonna be doing with those 2
How about
parcels?
if we
We'll
open
wait
up
until
the
we
public?
open the public hearing, and then comments can be made.
All right, you got any more, Jenna?
Nope, that's it.
All right, thanks. So, all right, so we'll open up the public hearing at 6:05.
Thank you.
You can go ahead and state your comment now if you like.
Oh, I just wanna know what Robinsons are gonna do with those 2 small lots, cause they're right on our border. He's not here, huh?
They are. One is their home. One of them has their home. I believe the other one, the intentions, and if the property owner or the surveyor is here, but my understanding is lot 2 will be for another home. And then the remaining will be for managed forest, in a managed forest program. But if the surveyor or a property owner is here,
I'm Mike with Forest Seeds, but yeah, that's what they plan on doing exactly. Lot 3 is an existing house, and lot 2 is gonna be a new home. And then lot 1, they're gonna put in a program.
Oh, excuse me, put in a program? Lot 1?
Yeah, no, forest program, I believe.
They just cut all the trees.
Not all of them.
Oh, no, they left some trees. They just did a clear cut, so I don't know. Is that what we do? We cut the trees down and then call it a sanctuary of sorts?
that's a program through the county that we have nothing to do with.
Right, well, I just thought that it was worth mentioning. If she's finished, I have a question. You made a remark about the possibility of accessing the snowmobile trail as a access point.
The road
It
and
has an access there.
the snowmobile trail.
Of what, a snowmobile trail?
Yes, it's not they have not built up the driveway, but there's just an access there.
It has to cross someone else's land.
The property, it's right on the corner of the property.
I thought that was Jim Shertran's land.
Jim Chartrand is to the south. This parcel is directly to the north of Jim Chartrand's.
Anybody else have any comments? All right, then we'll close public hearing.
Time?
6:08.
Thank you.
You guys have any discussion?
So both of these driveways are essentially in existence right now, then?
No, so the one on the east side, that one is new. So they'll need to get the permit from the county.
This one here.
Yep, to that lot. The other one, because that one already accesses Jim Chartrand's property, which is directly south of this parcel. And the
So they
new,
use this to get to their
Yes.
house currently then?
yes.
Gotcha.
Can I have a copy of that map up there? Is there any way I could get a copy?
Once it's certified and everything, it'll be at the county register of deeds.
Our decision's just to see if they can split it, correct?
Yeah, they're just
that's what
asking
we're
us if they can split it or not. Okay, any,
So essentially, lot 1 could never turn into more lots 4 and 5 and 6, or could they still?
Well, the minimum acreage in the transitional is 3 acres.
So they could.
Yeah, as of what the property owner told me, that was not the intention.
When would they?
Hold on, let me just interject, I'm sorry. So keep in mind that both the town subdivision ordinance and the county subdivision ordinance apply. Under the county's ordinance, they would not be able to do more.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, but if they even tried on our end, they'd have to come up with a road essentially.
Correct.
And all that.
If this goes beyond 2. Now, the other thing, up to 5 acres is minor, but if they wanted to do more than 5, then it goes into also a major subdivision.
public hearing's closed, so we can't. comments or discussion?
Nope.
All right, somebody want to make a recommendation to the board?
Do we make, I just one question.
Sure.
The recommendation, does that have to be, I mean, can be made pending approval on the county letting them have a driveway access, or you think they'll allow it no matter what?
I don't know any reason why they wouldn't allow it.
I'm just asking. I mean, if the county happened to say no, but.
I don't know, did they get a letter from the intent?
To, get information from you guys to see how you like their development before we get the county out there to approve that
Okay.
driveway.
So you could recommend the town board condition it upon approval
County.
from the county that a driveway.
Add that in your recommendation.
I'm just asking.
But I mean, yeah, if they don't-
If
they
you,
don't
yeah,
allow
if you
it,
wanted.
If they don't allow it, then it's not gonna go anyway, you know?
Okay.
So did you have a recommendation for the board?
I was just asking questions.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right. So you're
I'll second.
all right. Do we need a roll call on that or anything?
Yeah, no more discussion?
No.
Okay. Rick,
Yes.
Kevin, Frank,
Yep.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, thank you everyone. On to
Can I-
item 7.
If you guys wanna call me tomorrow, I'll be in the office and try to answer questions that you
Have
have.
a good night.
Yep.
Thanks.
Janet, do you care if I give them mine?
Oh,
Because
go
I've got
ahead,
it back.
go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. Let's go.
Nope. Okay. All right, item 7 is special exception for a veterinarian clinic at the large and small animals. It's a legal non-conforming structure on the road right of way at 2201 US Highway 8. Janet, you got any other information for us?
Yes, the agent, Daniel, and hopefully I pronounce it, Hochberg, Door to Door Realty LLC has filed an application for a special exception to operate a veterinarian clinic in a legal non-conforming structure due to the setback from the town road right-of-way at 2201 US Highway 8, identified as parcel 044-00819-0000. While a veterinarian clinic is a permitted use in the commercial district, the town zoning ordinance, chapter 3, section C3, C2 states, a change of use and a non-conforming structure or property due to setback from a town road right-of-way requires a special exception. So that is why we're here. The road to 20th Street running north and south, it meets that setback. It does not meet the setback for Tin Man Road, just so we're clear on where the setback issue is. The conditions, this one's a little unique as the agent is the one proposing to be part of the business. It's still currently owned by Bowles. So the conditions the conditions would be any formal complaint, these are the typical conditions, lodged against the use in the first year of operation will lead to an automatic review of the special exception by the Plan Commission and/or Town Board at the next possible meeting. The special exception shall terminate upon the sale or transfer of ownership, we always have this, but we've got it a little further, of either the parcel of land or the business itself, except if the agent is a member, partner, officer, etc., with the organization purchasing the property. So basically, he's applied for this as the agent, he's gonna be part of the owner. The next thing is the special exception shall be contingent upon the agent's organization purchasing the property. So this is basically protecting Bowles if the sale does not go through. Bulls are not stuck with a veterinarian clinic there and have to come back in here. So this is only contingent upon that. And then the last one is the same that we always have, is the business will obey all laws and maintain all proper licenses and permits.
All right, thank you. Open the public hearing at 6:14.
Thank you.
Anybody have comments? All right,
Sir.
let's hear them.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Planning Commission for hearing me this evening. Full disclosure, I own or operate the veterinary clinic on 220th Avenue in St. Croix Falls. I do not live in the township of St. Croix Falls. I do not have a business in the township of St. Croix Falls. The bottom line is, as this is being requested, the agent is going to be owner of the building and basically rent it out for the performance of a veterinary clinic at that location. This easement, we already have 2 veterinary clinics within a mile of this location in a very small area. The expansion of this, shall we say, in my opinion, and you can verify your own, is going to be a detriment to the community of St. Croix Falls, the city, St. Croix Falls, the township, and the local county. These 2 clinics that we have already have been in this area for a prolonged period of time. The owners live in this county, they work here, they employ individuals from this county, and they've been here for 20 and 25 years respectively. The new clinic coming in, the company that will be operating out of there is the business in the sense of the word, it's a business. But the fact is, it is an investment firm out of Chicago. They have a wonderful track record of moving into a community, jacking the veterinary care rates up extremely high, and sending the profits back to Illinois. The profits do not stay in the community. They hire a few employees, but they do not give the profits back. They're not spent here, they're not support here. They do not support the community in regards to our fire, our ambulance, any of the fundraisers have done. Again, all this money leaves the community. The fact that you can say Walmart came into this area and did the same thing is not true, and that Walmart is a publicly traded company and you have the right to buy stock in them and share in the profits of the company all you would like, same as McDonald's. You can say Quick Trip came in and did the same thing, as well as Menards. Both hire a ton of people in this area who do spend their money. It does provide economic support. Both of those companies do an excellent job of supporting the local communities. They have kept their corporate headquarters in this state, they pay their taxes in this state, and thus we all are supported by them. The only thing that leaves this state is John Menard's habit of racing cars, which he writes off as advertisement. The bottom line is that those companies, whether you like big companies or not, do support the community, and the practice that a company that is coming in here does not. All they're going to do is come in, operate, and send their money out, while at the same time raising the fees of veterinary care in this area. Now, this is America. We all have the privilege and right to do what we want, where we want, when we want, within the realm of not offending somebody else. I'm not offended by this, but I do think that it's government's responsibility to do what is right for the whole of the community. And I don't see that granting this easement, allowing this to proceed, sending money out of the community, that one is going directly out, and two is taking away discretionary income from our community members that could be spent on other businesses in the community, is helpful in any way, shape, or form. I don't know all of you. Most of you do not know me. And in all honesty, I would not expect you to take my word for any of this, and I would be very disappointed if you did. That said, I think these funds are very important. I think they should be considered in making this decision. And since you don't know me, I know that many of you either know Josh Bell, who is a member and business owner in St. Croix Falls, or Mark Nelson, veterinarian from Centuria, who are respected members of this community and have been for years long before I am here. And if you want to know, you can discuss what I have said here tonight with them, and they'll be happy to give you their inputs on it as far as what this investment firm has done in the communities that they've gone into. That said, I understand it's a fully legal situation. This is where I stand, and I think that this board, as far as the planning commission, should consider that wholly in regards to granting easements for this business.
All right, thank you for your comments.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Jeff Engrove,
How do you spell your last name?
E-N-G-R-A-V.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
So, do we know what
Please.
their
tell us who you are.
Oh, Steve Catoli. Do we know what they're actually planning on doing, or what they're trying to get easement for? Are they expanding the building, or?
I don't know that.
Okay.
Maybe we.
No, but the commercial,
Can we have the property owner present,
Sure.
and then we can get into the other folks, maybe?
Okay.
So, hello everyone, my name is Daniel Hochberg. I'm the person who submitted this application. My firm is under contract to buy the property. I am partnering with a veterinary owner of practices that already own practices in this area. They're going to be relocating existing practices in this area to this location that we're purchasing. I'm a commercial real estate owner from Chicago. I have worked with this veterinary company on 2 prior transactions, one in Wisconsin and one in Florida.
What veterinary company is
Both
that?
veterinarians. In Wisconsin, we did a ground-up construction project for this company. It has been a great thing it was a relocation of an existing practice. It's a flourishing building. It's already, added doctors to the practice. And another one in Florida, we are relocating existing practices to a location in Florida. Same thing, we're renovating the building. Really what they're trying to do is, and the tenant is here as well, I'll let him speak as well, but really what this is improving and providing brand new facilities for veterinarians that need more space and more modern facilities to attract better talent and grow, obviously. These are all functioning businesses at the end of the day. And I have nothing but respect for the tenant. I would not, be doing this if I didn't want to work with them. I've been in commercial real estate for a good amount of time, and I have a lot of respect for this tenant. And I hope you consider that when making your decision. And I'll let the tenant chime in.
What company do you work for?
I'm by myself.
You don't have a company name or anything?
Well, I have so Door to Door Realty is my company that I function with in Chicago. I have a business partner who couldn't be here today, but really it's just the 2 of us. That's it.
I can just speak quickly. My name is David McLean with Chicago Construction. I work with Heartland quite a bit in their projects. I just want to speak to the general contractor. We have other buildings we've done in Wisconsin as well. I just want to speak, there's the existing structure itself is not changing. We're painting the outside of it, which it badly needs. We're adding some insulation and roofing to the existing roof. We're going to improve the facade. The metal comes off the front of the facade, and we're going to pretty up the facade with just new like kind of faux brick and some facade work there. But our structure is being built completely new within, new plumbing, new electrical, new HVAC. And it's we're also building it. I believe there's equine that's going into the space as well. That is something that the vets have asked for. But I'll let the tenant speak to that. I'm just letting you know the existing structure of the building is more or less not changing. We are taking out that old gas pump there. There's a tank that was filled back in the 70s, but the actual awning that's still there is being taken down. All that wooden fencing is coming down. That was it's already kind of falling over. We'll probably be making improvements to the septic system and potentially a new well as well. We have good bids for that as well. But otherwise, the structure itself is not really changing. We're building within it. And obviously, everything is being submitted to the state for commercial approval, and as well as working with your building department when that comes back to them.
Mike Robin, Vice President of Real Estate for Heartland Veterinary Partners and tenant.
For who?
Sorry?
Can you say that?
Yeah, Mike Robin. I'm with Heartland Veterinary Partners, the tenant. So our goal here is to provide a new modern facility for 3 veterinary clinics that we already have as partners in the community. So there's one in Centuria, one in Amory, and then there's one in St. Croix that we're bringing in. That's actually one of the 2 practices that were mentioned prior. So our goal is to provide a central hub for community services for veterinary services in the area, as well as introduce an equine service in the area, which has been badly needed that there really is nobody providing that we're aware of at this time. So,
Like what? Like what?
as far as the equine service that they can provide?
Equine.
Yeah, sorry, I am not well. I'm losing my voice. I'm just losing my voice, but, so I'm Kay Stoller. I'm with Heartland as well. I'm actually the regional director that helps support these practices in the area. So I'm the boots on the ground that will be supporting the practices and currently support all 3 of these practices that we're looking to merge into a new facility. As far as the equine services that they provide, it's vaccination services, it's lameness and wellness services, it's teeth floating, it's, kind of your basic wellness care for the horses. If they're sick, they can come in and get treatments. The plan is to have stalls in the facility that if we needed to have a place to house them. Short term, they could be there while the doctors are treating them on site. And that's been one of the problems, is that there is not an indoor place to treat horses in this area. So even with Centuria currently providing some form of equine service, they can't really provide as much as they'd like to because they can't bring the horses into the current building. And so with this new facility, they'd be able to actually bring in horses and treat them appropriately and give them a better options for care than we've been able to provide previously. I'm sorry.
Oh, nope, go ahead, finish up and
I
then.
was just gonna say, the teams that are here currently do employ a lot of people in the community. So they do come from this area. We continue to grow people from this area. It is always our hope that we hire local folks to come in and work in the practices as veterinarians, as technicians, as customer service representatives, as assistants. Sometimes we even have high school kids who come in and help. It's a great way for them to learn a career path that they may not have had opportunities to before. And so being able to open a new state-of-the-art facility where we really have the ability to offer more to the community was our goal with bringing these practices together. I know urgent care has been a need in the area because there's not anything nearby. Our goal is that as we grow this business, we actually would be able to start providing more after-hours urgent care type facilities here as well. So it is about growth. This is stuff that we've talked with these doctors about. They're all on board with wanting to do this. The goal is to stay here, to stay local, and keep the community based with the community that they've had previously.
I just wanted to state, and maybe you can clarify, because veterinarian clinic is a permitted use, so you would not need to be here if it wasn't for the closeness of the structure to the street. So with you let in that you have aquarium, maybe you can touch base on how you're gonna, because the issue is that easement, how are you, talk about the parking, or where you're gonna have these big trailers offload so it's not stopping traffic to the other businesses on that road. That is really the idea of the special exception due to the non-conforming structure. Am I correct, Adam?
Sure.
Okay.
There's a side road, so we did submit with the drawings, an architectural site plan. I can't remember off the top of my head what the side road is, but there is an access point there. And I believe we're gonna have parking, we have an easement for parking on the other side of the road, but there's parking right in front of the building, and then there'll be parking alongside the building, all of the existing land usage of it, but there is room along the side of the building to pull up a trailer.
Okay.
So that is where and I don't think they're doing a large amount of equine business. This is gonna be one trailer at a time that kind of comes in and brings a horse, is my understanding of it. But we have we're not changing the layout of the space at all, and there is a grade change that you can't quite see that does benefit that.
I believe our plan as well is to have the one-way traffic kind of for equine and trailers coming off of 220 come down, and then park on the side where the gas canopy is today, and then pull out through Tin Man Road, and then back out on the road.
That's not the way this is drawn.
Is it the other way?
Well, it shows parking lot essentially.
It shows parking there, and then on Tin Man Road, that shows that.
I guess I was referring to the flow of traffic with the trailer.
This way. But they don't have any arrows.
Nope.
That's commercial design guideline stuff.
I think we submitted that application as well.
Yeah, it's in their packet,
Oh, I'm
and they
sorry.
have
Okay.
copies of everything.
We're saying that, sure.
So you guys are, based out of Illinois, your home parent
Our
company?
corporate, our office is in Chicago, but we're spread out throughout the country. It's just an,
And so you have currently a veterinary that works out of Centuria for you
and
guys?
Amory
And
and one in
Amory?
St. Croix that just partnered with us as well.
If I can just speak, I've done about 10 projects for them. You know, my company does also, you know, national projects. I've never seen them build a new practice with a new business coming in. It's always been across the street or down the road from an existing practice that they've already owned with doctors that were there prior to them purchasing the business. I know that when they purchase the property, it gives the doctors a sale of the property while it's still being leased as a vet clinic, which is profitable to the doctors. And their business has always been keeping the existing staff there and growing that staff and giving them state-of-the-art facilities and building out often in buildings that can't otherwise afford to facilitate their needs and are frankly kind of falling apart. So I mean, this is standard practice for them.
And we've been looking at a lot of options in this area for about 2.5 years. It's real estate pretty tight here to find something that we can do. And at one point, we were working with another developer to look behind the Walmart. There's that 8 acres back there, but it's just prohibitively expensive to develop that back there. So this is kind of where we landed, so. And it's about providing a new building to people that are already in.
In terms of financing, we are using a local Wisconsin bank to do the bank loan for the acquisition, and I've already raised all the equity for this deal. It's called National Exchange Bank.
Anybody else have any public input? Go ahead.
My name is Ken Rost. I'm with Frost Incorporated. I am the owner of the property directly west of this property. So, a couple things. My first concern is I want it restated what the ownership situation is, because I need to know who's actually owning, who I need to, you know, who is my neighbor, really. So if we can reestablish that first, and then I've got some other things after that.
Go ahead. Yeah, I would be the owner of the property.
Okay.
I'm purchasing the property, and I'm signing a lease with a tenant who will operate the veterinary clinic.
What's the term of that lease?
12 years. You can share it, I don't want.
12 years.
Okay.
Yeah, we plan on being here long term.
And then
So that,
there's a landlord construction budget, and then there's a tenant construction budget. You know, it's very typical for, you know, a structure like this.
yep,
This is not my first real estate transaction.
okay.
This is not my first vet clinic. This is not the largest project I've ever done.
No, and that's fine. I just wanted that reinstated.
Yeah, of course.
I want to be very clear on that, and you know, I'm glad I came, because that's the best way to get the answer.
Yeah, I can give you my card right now.
Is that your BMW out there?
No.
So, couple things. I have no problem with the flow of equine trailers through the space that Habitat was running their donation drop-off with. You know, that's no big deal. The biggest issues are a couple things. I don't know if you've done any surveys of the amount of traffic that is on Tin Man Road, because when it is delivery time for the lumberyard down at the end of the road, it is semi-truck after semi-truck, and we have semi-trucks. Baraboo has semi-trucks. I mean, we are burning through there. I mean, I try to drive as slow as possible, but there is a lot of traffic through there, and it's big traffic. So if you're relying on parking across the street, you've got to be pretty careful about that.
That it was not in any of our site plans.
Well,
We're not.
okay.
We're not relying on it.
I was gonna say, is there,
They're showing it up against the building.
Front building.
yeah, can you,
That's our property, that's the, within the blue, that's the.
Yeah, your plan shows that you guys park across the front here.
and then there's 2 sides on the
Right.
side.
Yeah, we purposely just,
Yeah.
still that's the, yeah.
What is the township's position of the parking area across Tin Man Road from that property? Similar to ours and Baraboo, we use that space for
Sure.
So-
Yeah, exactly.
They can park there.
It's my understanding that was part of the easement agreement that you guys were looking to do with us at closing. You know, we fully intend to use it if it's available, but we understand it's granted to us.
Well, it will be used, so I'm just,
It's spillover part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I'm warning you, it's a busy road, so don't rely on that space
We're not.
wholly for your parking.
No, it's why we're part of the plan, obviously, other than it's just being unsightly, is we're taking out the awning along the side, and we're putting additional parking along the side of the
Sure.
building, clearing that.
Yeah, because obviously Habitat had a fence moved forward as much as
That's right.
possible, so that it did take parking.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to him, thanks. We can't bring it up, but this is their proposal, so
Oh, okay.
they're not even proposing down here,
Got it.
but right in front, on the sides, but yes, I'm sure somebody will pull in here, but really with the closest to the doors, I see this being access.
Okay.
Does that kinda help?
Yep, that helps.
Okay.
I got more though.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Right, because here there was a stall area.
Are there any plans for green space, because every veterinary clinic, because I raise animals myself, but every vet clinic that I've ever been around has green space, and there's always people walking dogs, you know, taking dogs out, doing things like that. What we don't want is people going back and forth across Tin Man Road, using lawn across in the ditchway and all that for that. So what's your plan there?
Yeah, so on the inside of the building, we'll actually have an indoor dog walk area, so we use the same systems that you've seen at like airports, that auto flush, it's tied into the plumbing and all that. And then on the outside of the building, you know, what we usually ask is for clients to, if their pet is going to, you know, use the potty outside, right? You know, then we have a bag station there for them to pick it up or anything like that. But our patients will never be outside in a green space in between the building or anything like that. It's fully enclosed in the practice.
Okay. Last couple comments, I'm sorry for adding to it. As the remodeling contractor, I feel sorry for you. It's not a great building.
No,
So
we know that.
You're starting with a pile.
We're basically building a building inside a building, is
And,
what we're doing.
You know, I was glad to hear you mention sewer, because that sewer sucks.
Yeah.
And what is the plan as far as bathroom facilities to your general public? Because one of the problems that we had with Habitat is that their bath system, their sewer system would screw up, and then there was a line of people coming over our business and screwing up our bathrooms.
No, we're imploding the septic system and gonna put in a new septic system. We're gonna expand at least the holding tanks. We don't know if we'll be able to do a leach field or not. We're looking at that. I don't think we're going to be able to, just based on general knowledge of the fact that the land behind the building is higher than the front of the building, but it's something that was quoted for us, but we'll probably won't. It'll probably be larger holding tanks, and then most likely we will dig a new well, a dedicated well, because the well is a shared well, and it's our understanding that it does dry up on occasion. So we'll be doing a dedicated well. We're planning to have to dig pretty deep for that, and we're using, and just for the record, all our subcontractors will be local. We only use local subcontractors. We will hire a local superintendent. We do a lot of these projects. We have senior staff who monitors things and runs things, but everybody we use is a local subcontractor. It's actively being bid right now, and it's all people licensed in Wisconsin, obviously, but from the area as well, or close to as we get from the area, who can handle this job.
Well, and like Janet said, you know, this isn't a permit application, this is just.
I know that, but you know,
That's-
other stuff
Seems
comes
like we
up,
wanna keep things
some local,
local,
we want,
we're doing what we
I
can.
think it's important people know that.
So my last point was the well, because we are part of the shared well, spider web. And your water use is important to us. We have had issues with
We know,
poor well performance, so that'll have to get
Yeah, we have quotes to dig a new well, and we may have to go as far as 500 feet down to get it, we understand. We know the current well is 200 feet down. We are prepared to get the proper GPM that we need for this facility. We may terminate our usage of the existing well. If we do keep it, it'll be limited to like a bathroom or something like that. That's currently.
Last comment is, yes, it is America, so, you know, I'm your neighbor, so I'm planning on working with you however I have to. And,
Yeah,
you know,
look forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay.
A facility like this, I would imagine, uses a fair amount of water and or sewer. Holding tanks are not gonna last you very long.
For the sewer, yeah.
The potential that you try to drill a well and don't get water, which happens in this neck of the woods,
I've heard.
what would be your next step from there?
Well, I mean, we've got I'm forgetting the name of the subcontractor that we have, but I understand he's got a fairly good reputation, of Butterfield, Tim Butterfield.
There's a lot of good well drillers.
Sure.
From experience in my own property.
Sure.
I've
We've
trapped
talked to a
rock
few
at
of
60
them.
feet and I still only get 0.3 gallons a minute out of a 300-foot well.
Okay.
And you won't even
That's fair.
start. I mean, so my question was, you know, if you can't get functional water in your sewer
Then
tanks, you know, would you bail out of the whole situation? Would you look for other, water and sewer?
Well, I mean, you know, it's not up to me. Obviously, I don't have access to a water system or a sewer system. So I think we would just have to dig farther. Frankly, you know, if we've already dug 500 feet down, I was told by our well guy that there was one location that had to go, I think Walmart or somebody along those lines had to go as far as 1,000 feet down. If we have to keep digging, we'll keep digging. I mean, there is contingencies on this project. It is important to do. I've explained to the tenant, they may have to pump these holding tanks out as much as once a week. If they have to do that, then they have to do that. You know, I'm not being given the option as a contractor to source any kind of city water or city sewer system. So unless the owner tells me differently, it's you know, that's what's available to us. But you know, there's a will, there's a way. I mean, there's a specific GPM that we have to meet. The state of Wisconsin is very specific with their plumbing application, I'm sure you all know. That's the number one thing they're gonna be focused on with this, so there's gonna be guidelines we have to meet, and we'll have to prove that out.
10 years ago, there was a discussion about water and sewer going through there. When's the last time that's been brought up?
From
Was
the
it 10
town?
years ago?
The town has no water and sewer to provide.
Right. But there was talk of the city.
That would be a discussion with the city.
That's why I didn't know if anyone had heard anything since that discussion 10
Barely
years
take
ago.
care of themselves at the moment as they are.
All right.
So doesn't the sewer and water goes down to 20?
I don't honestly know,
And actually,
Steve.
at the time, we had the option of hooking up if we wanted to, and that may be, I think Mike is your name, it might be
Yes.
something you might want to check into, is I think the city sewer and water go right past there. You might find out it might be cheaper to,
They offered it up in some way, shape or form, but then they wanted us to annex it, and we weren't interested in doing that,
okay.
so.
Yeah, because like I said, the water is really, really scarce there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we just had that problem just recently, and it just, a small leak at the police supply took us all off, and we were out for a couple days. So.
Yeah, we might have to go 1,000 feet down.
Well, and our concern is that the existing well continue to operate for the people who've been on it for 45 years. And that nothing that you do damages that well.
No, we're not gonna do anything.
And it's on that piece of property, so it's gotta be maintained on that piece of property, so there's gotta be access to maintain it.
Oh, there will be.
Is that well located on this property?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's in the easement.
It's actually in the easement area.
It's on the other side.
It's that little,
Right here.
right there.
But the water lines from that well, spider web to to
Not in
buildings and then go through that property to the body shop and access. So there is actual water lines underneath that property.
We understand we're a heavy water user, and that's why we want to dig our own wells, just to be respectful of everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, the only one, if we dig a new well, we run a new line, we'll have to be cognizant of that, but we have that. When they did all this shared well, it was documented to the best that they could in the time that they did it, and we have all that documentation.
One of the abilities that you have as a plan commission is to recommend conditions. One of the conditions that you could recommend, if you wanted, would be something related to the well and continuing access to that shared well for the neighbors.
So they share it with.
So just curious,
Frost and Bear.
have you had anybody come and actually look at the property yet as far as the well guy?
Yes,
You have?
yeah, we've had.
And is your intentions to put that well anywhere near where the existing well is?
No, the well would be on our property, would be on the property of that. No,
Can I just ask where you're thinking you're gonna put it?
3 or 4, I asked Tim Butterfield to mark it on the plans, but he
Okay.
has not done that for me yet. I was hoping to have that for you, but he says it's just to the north of the property. He has a specific location penned out just on the north side of the property that is, that he says the soil is most suitable for. But he's looked into this. We've had other well people look into this. It actually led to Butterfield because he was recommended as the person whose equipment has the ability to go the deepest and go as far as 1,000 feet down. I can't speak to that, but that's what I'm told by other well people in the area, and we think we have the best guy for the job, so it's definitely something we're planning for.
Just,
Like, the part of it that worries me is that you guys drill 1,000-foot well and you get water,
Yeah.
and then it drains their well.
it's fair.
Because it is solid trap rock underneath there, that's, this whole city is, so
Yeah,
it's,
that's what he's saying.
then, but by us putting a contingency in there that if your well damages their well, then there's gotta be a mutual solution on your guys' part, because it wasn't their fault that their well dried out, so.
My understanding is that our new well would be north of the curb cut off of 220, so kind of like set further back.
And their well is 200 feet down, just for the record.
Right.
So I don't.
So you going down deeper just means that you might pull the water all the
No,
way
no,
down.
I understand. I
Okay.
think that's a fair condition.
No, I'm not-
That's a fair.
Just,
Yeah,
so-
it's not gonna be beside.
it's just
the
a
well.
horrible thing in this area, so, okay.
You said you are digging out that fuel tank?
No, we're not digging it out. I guess it was filled with sand. It was canceled and filled with sand. We have documentation for that.
So your
We're just
well-
taking out the awning.
Your well has to be 100 feet from that tank
Okay.
in the state of Wisconsin, just so you know. I mean, just for planning purposes, but I don't know if there's 100 feet or not. It might be,
Where's the tank?
under that well.
That little canopy, which is
Yeah,
gonna
under
be
the
gone.
canopy, essentially.
Well, it's gotta be more than 100 feet to the back of that
Well,
building.
if there is still a tank, it's gotta be removed.
No, they can.
No,
fill
they
it, leave
can-
it buried.
Yeah,
It's filled in.
they did it according
We have a
to,
clean
Oh, they
letter
did.
from
Okay.
DNR and EPA.
Yeah, we already did phase 1.
Yeah, it's still 7A. Okay.
Any more comments or statements? Gonna close it, no, then you won't be able to talk.
I think I heard you say that if they are interested in a condition related to the well, you don't have an issue with that.
I don't have an issue with that whatsoever.
Thanks.
We're not relying on that.
Well, okay.
So would you be putting your well in then before you open the business? Or would you try to run the business for a while on the existing well?
No, we'll put a brand new well in, it'll be one of the first things we do.
Okay.
And no.
Well, and the thing is too, is you also got neighbors to the north, east.
Yeah.
Well, the east are on the
Everyone's
wall,
east is city water.
but I mean, you got neighbors north that have wells. I mean, what if, I mean, just, if they drill a well back there and screws up somebody to the north, then what? This is gonna have to be a,
I think the
You
only,
could have a neighbor drill a well and screw your well up.
right?
how far north are you saying? Because
St. Croix.
St. Croix body is using, they're on this,
Yep.
They're on the well that they're talking about. Everybody else, the next one is city.
And they're on that.
So this feeds everybody, you.
Yeah,
This and
that
all
next
the way
vet up
to
there,
Mount
he's
Lampert.
linked to
All the
the
way down
city
to
to
the
get water.
lumberyard.
So the only,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay. I wasn't sure
That is
that
pretty long.
they were on that. The Autobahn.
Interesting.
All right, if there's no more comments, we'll close the public hearing at 6:50.
thank you.
Just have
We're gonna need help with that.
If somebody wants to
We'll
make a
just say
motion,
that
we
they
can
can have a business in this building. I mean,
Well-
more, I mean,
That's what we're deciding in the setting.
that's essentially what it's about, is can they have a business in the building, that the setbacks that they have. That's the true decision.
That
is
water,
the true.
that water was going to 8, or is it 7?
We can go here.
I'm not afraid of it.
The thing of it is, it wouldn't matter what business in there, they're gonna have the well issue, they're gonna have parking issue.
It's just unclear as to which one the water goes in.
Okay. You guys have any more discussion? Somebody want to make a recommendation for the board?
Well, I also believe, you know, they're gonna have to.
Discussion.
What's that?
We're still doing discussion.
We're still.
Falls under discussion.
Go ahead.
Just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, all right, well, that's fine. But, you know, according to, what do we got, this site plan 1, page 10 here, you know, you got your traffic flow there. And according to the building plan, I mean, that's the access that they would have to use in that area where the canopy used to be, instead of on front on Tinman Road.
We can deal with that.
Yeah, it's number 8.
Yeah, we'll discuss the actual commercial
Okay.
design
So
guidelines.
this decision
This
is,
is
can they
about,
operate a business at this location?
Okay.
Is that a recommendation? Somebody want to make a recommendation?
I'll try.
All right.
Recommendation for approval with the contingency that if their drilling for the well affects the other businesses, they agree on a shared plan.
let me,
I'm not sure how to word
let me
that.
see if I understood what your motion is. Your motion is to recommend approval of the special exception with the standard conditions that were
Yep.
set forth in the report.
Yep.
And an additional condition that the ownership and use of this property, including possibly drilling a new well, does not interfere with the operation or use of the existing well.
Correct.
You put that very well.
I did.
That's his job. That's what he gets.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right, roll call, please.
all right, Rick,
I'm having a hard time here.
You can say no.
Yeah.
yeah, it's your,
No.
Frank,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye.
Okay,
All right, that's it for number 7. On to number 8, commercial design guidelines for the structure at the same address. Open the public-
Now-
Whoop.
yep, no, go ahead, I was just gonna state, what did I have? I had something. Oh, I was just gonna quote the ordinance, do you want me to
Sure.
or not? Okay, so basically the purchasing organization wishes to make alterations to structures located at 2201 US Highway 8, identified as parcel 0440081900000, per the town zoning ordinance, chapter 3, section C3, A, all new commercial development and commercial development involving a structural alteration, addition, or repair to a structure that exceeds 75% of the equalized assessed value of the structure over a 2-year period shall be subject to the town's commercial design guidelines as set forth in section F of chapter 3. So basically, as they stated, they're basically building a new building in this building. This building is not worth. So there was a letter, I think, in your packet of the cost, it well exceeds 75% of the, so that is why they need this.
All right,
I thought it was,
so we'll open the public hearing at,
What's that?
I thought it was exterior improvements.
No, that, I just read the statute, or the ordinance itself, and it's for any addition, or in this case, structural alteration that exceeds 75% of the total assessed.
Our architect read it as exterior improvements. That's what-
Yeah, there's no exterior in the ordinance. So, you've got yours, I have bigger, but you guys have, I took out of this packet the main ones that you guys can see the layout, you can see the outside of the building, the parking lot. But if you wanted to look at like handicap, I mean, this goes way into more things that are required for a commercial building than, you know, handicap stuff, I think, height, I mean, a lot more stuff that,
That's the plan?
this is all what's in there, just more pages. So
I
if
think
anybody
provide
wants
this
to look.
Eventually, I assume it goes to the building department.
Yes, yep, you will be working, Ben is not here, but you'll be working, once this gets approved by the town board, this is the first step to start pulling building permits. And in this case, you won't need a land use because you're not going outside the structure.
so we'll open the public hearing at 6:56. We have comments on the commercial design guidelines?
Here, if you guys wanna, did you wanna look through these quick? I mean,
I'm
just
good.
like-
They gotta follow the rules, so it's.
Yeah,
Little silly, yeah.
Nobody has any?
What the, just signage,
Yeah, they'd fall within our sign ordinance.
they're already there though, right?
yes, and they asked to keep what's there, and that was part of that easement that the board approved a few months ago.
Okay.
All right, nobody has any comments, we'll close public hearing right back again at 6:56.
Has Ben looked at this or?
He got it in the email. He got what you guys got? I don't know. Have you been in contact with our building inspector at all?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Didn't wanna go-
I think the
The
architect has,
Maybe
and
try to
maybe,
reach out.
yeah, I think I finally got them connected.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
John, his name is John, the
Yes,
architect.
yes.
The engineer was, yeah, I think.
Or engineer, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So what are they asking of us?
So basically, the commercial, you're just looking at the commercial design guidelines, so their application, which of course the application,
It's all of these on pages, starting at 11. They kind of go through each one of the items.
Okay.
And they, so far as I can tell, they didn't leave any blanks, so they
No, they-
addressed each one of the items in the commercial design guidelines. So you're gonna get rid of the blue.
The blue is good.
Unless you want us to keep it.
I mean,
The lime green
the
was
warm
nice.
medium brown with a brick facade sure sounds nicer than the blue.
It's gonna be a little bit of.
Or do you like the blue next door?
I've gotten kind of used to it.
You can leave the back wall.
so I did kind of go through this and make sure, you know, as far as just kind of went through and answered the things that I needed to, which I think was only one or two things. So from, I mean, like I said, from what I gave you guys, it looks,
This is public, right? Public forum.
It was.
no, we closed it already.
For this, sir?
Yes, it was closed.
Sorry.
Missed it.
I mean, I'm not opposed to opening it. If you got a comment, go ahead and make it.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, a gentleman drove through the front doors of Habitat and landed about halfway through the building. So in the building plans, you may want to make sure there's some sort of,
Bollards.
yeah, ballards or something. Yeah.
Just happened to lodge yours, too.
Yeah.
Do we have any discussion on the guidelines here?
Pretty straightforward, they have a parking lot, enough parking stalls. redoing the outside. Not really anywhere to landscape.
No, just that hill.
Sidewalks, is there gonna be true sidewalks in the front of the building?
We've just got the architectural site plan there. If they want us to put in a proper sidewalk, we certainly can. We're doing enough trenching in the building, enough concrete to do it. It's not currently in our scope, but it can be.
Isn't there already an existing sidewalk in front?
There's right, you talk about in front of the building, do you mean along the side of the building, or?
In the front, your front entrance is what I was.
That sidewalk is intact, yeah.
And that's the same as every other place, so that I think they made a note in there.
There is storefront.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We weren't gonna do anything along the side.
yeah, no, I'll just your main entrance.
Yeah, there would be, yeah. We could look in the parking lot.
All that trash is going away.
I believe so.
Yeah, it'll look way better.
One other thing that they.
So we wanna make a recommendation for the board?
On that lower left-hand.
I'll make a recommendation to approve.
There's a piece of
Is there a
drainage
second?
that drains.
As written.
Right-hand
As
side.
written. Or whatever you-
And that dumps water onto the street. And
Is
when
there a
it
second?
freezes, it turns to ice.
Let's fix that.
So you may want to.
I'll second.
Well, we're doing new gutters.
All right, Dave.
Yes.
Well, this, you see in front of the area. in
Oh,
front of
whoops,
the,
Rick.
The canopy.
Yeah.
That's a depression, there's a.
Frank,
that goes underneath
Jeremy,
the
Mike.
front of the building.
I didn't miss anybody, did I?
Right there on the
Okay.
corner.
Got
I
it.
had a mess.
Yeah, we'll be reconfiguring
All right.
the drainage.
Item 9, anybody have any public comments?
Should remember.
A lot of commenting.
Is there something next, Jane,
What's that?
something already for next month?
More than likely, we're gonna have a meeting next month. I'm waiting, but there's gonna be a new business on US Highway 8 for manufactured building, or for manufactured module homes. And they're gonna be commercial design guidelines as well, because they're gonna be building a structure. And then potentially a transient lodging on Deer Lake.
All right.
We like those.
Anybody else have anything for this meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn.
All right, is there a second?
One second.
Everybody in favor? Aye. All right, we're adjourned.
You wanna give me a time?
I do. 7:02.
Okay, so, since they've all come out of town, do you want them all back here next Tuesday?
get upset.
I personally don't, but,
What's your thought? I mean,
what was that? Sorry.
was anybody planning on coming back into town next Tuesday?
Okay.
Well, that's what I was just asking. We don't always, we know you're all traveling, so it's not always,
It's not that bad. Whatever, it's not for me, you know, I don't, it's hard to
Adam,
predict anybody's
what-
opposition.
okay. Well, the only requirement is always that they're here at the
Yeah.
public hearing is what
It
the
would,
town has.
it would make sense if one of the three.
One of them,
Doesn't be.
so you guys, to be here, it's Tuesday, they had a night swap, so it's Tuesday, 6 o'clock,
Same spot?
same spot.
Is it just one of us?
Yeah, yep, just somebody to kinda, yep,
Okay.
yep.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks, Shane.
It was nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I know you for 2 years. Great work.
Nice to meet you.
If you didn't catch the language.
I will probably have it.
So you're
Yeah.
on.
Yep,
That-
I
yeah.
think so, yes.
If I could just hear more.
No, and I think I kinda got it, and between this, yes, it's still going.
It feels like there's more than just that.
Yes, yeah, that'll be, and we're okay how it's worded, since
Yeah,
it's
we'll-
intended, but we'll have everything